Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about how Disney is completely tone deaf when it comes to that of the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. So I still have not seen this yet, but it's been something I've been wanting to talk about for like the longest time ever since I saw the trailer. And so, I do have thoughts on a lot of stuff people are griping about, especially like the ending and what Ohana means and stuff like that. And I'll say that for my actual review 2 months from now. But it's something I wanted to point out about how the creators and writers are tone deaf to one situation in this live action movie. And that's the whole Lilo and Nani having a car. Now, if you're familiar with the animated movie, then you know for a fact that Nani and Lilo are sisters, not parents. They lost their parents in a car crash on a rainy night. And so in the movie, it doesn't specifically state that's why they don't have a car. Some people believe, it's because they're poor and they're struggling. Because one of the things you notice when you watch the original movie is that they're constantly walking around everywhere. And even towards the end of the movie, when Nani has a job interview, she has to ask David for a ride, but then all of a sudden sees the ambulance and hope, it's not her home, and it is. And it's because the simple fact they don't have a car. And part of it is because they're poor and struggling, but another part is because of what happened to their parents and stuff. It's a symbiotic meaning that really hits hard. It's like a triggering effect for them. It probably gives them PTSD and everything. And yeah, I know at the end of the movie you see Lilo flying around in that space car and everything, but that's completely different. But I've never seen the animated show. I've never seen the sequels. I've only seen the first animated movie a million times. And so I just think it's completely tone deaf of Disney to give them a car, knowing what happened to their parents and everything. Knowing that's one of the reasons why in the animated stuff they just don't have one and everything. And it's kind of baffling that Disney would do this, but it's not all that surprising. I mean, look at the Mulan movie and everything. And so, I truly don't know why they decided to do this. I guess they didn't want to show Nani completely struggling and, all this other stuff because it's kind of like with modern day female characters. It's about the whole, being empowered, being strong, being capable, the whole her and David thing. I heard that their relationship is kind of glossed over in the live action movie. There are times where Nani doesn't really show too much emotion and stuff. And of course, there's the whole her going to college in California. It's kind of some people have called it the girl boss, effect in Hollywood. I don't know if that's really the case of why she now has a car and all this other stuff, but I think Disney just missed the true meaning of the animated movie. And there are other little things about that too. Like I heard that, they really emphasize on hotels and tourists and stuff like that when that's the problem in Hawaii for a lot of people because a lot of people getting pushed out of their area because of tourism and everything, and kind of why Lilo takes pictures of tourists and everything. It's because they kind of take pictures of her and gawk at her and everything. Because that's like a deleted scene in the animated movie in case you didn't see and everything. And, it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like Disney just does not get it. Like they really truly just don't get it. It's like the people who wrote this movie, yeah, they probably saw the animated one and everything, But they're kind of like, oh no, forget like what happened to their parents. They need a car and everything. And it's kind of weird because the voice actor of Stitch, he's the one who helped create the first animated movie. You think he would have pointed that out. So I don't know how much creative control he had. Maybe not none, because I know it took a long time for him to sign on. But giving Nani and Lilo a car is like giving Bruce Wayne a gun. What happened to his parents? This is why he doesn't use guns and everything. And it's just weird how, like, in modern movies now, they completely change that and everything. Like, especially Batman, that dream sequence and Batman v Superman, where he's like, shooting up all like these like aliens and stuff like that, and using his guns on his Batmobile to blow away criminals and everything. And it's like, if your character isn't the character who they're supposed to be, like in the source material, why even create them? Why deconstruct them? Like, why change the narrative and everything to put across whatever point of story you're trying to make? Like, that's like the whole them not having a car is a real, like, serious issue, in my opinion. Not as much as like the ending, because the ending is really something to talk about. But like, it's one of those things that kind of like you don't really pick up on, like when you're watching it and like back in the day. But then as time passes, you kind of like, oh wait, that's why they don't have a car and everything. And it was because of what happened to their parents. So it's almost like they just like don't care really, because they all like, no, we can't have our main characters walking around like they're poor and everything. And it's just kind of like, yes, you can, because that is who they are. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.